Yo, welcome back to Cage Calculated. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video, and as you can see from the thumbnail, we're actually going to be praising the UFC. I know I get into it sometimes with this stupid company where they have shitty matchmaking and they do stupid things and they make it a crappy experience sometimes for the fight fan, but I'll be damned if I say anything bad about the UFC. The UFC is cooking. The UFC is doing their job. Dana White, I want to thank you personally. You are doing great work. Surprise, surprise, McGregor is back, man. He's back. I'd like to take this time to apologize to Dana White. This matchmaking has been awesome. These early summer events are looking elite. I'm going to be getting into this video. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. We don't have any fights going on this upcoming weekend, but I'm going to be talking about some of the things I'd love to see from the UFC, and I think they're cooking. I really do, and we'll get into kind of why they're starting to do their thing. And man, this is a great time to be an MMA fan going into the summer. This is going to be an awesome summer. Hopefully we get some banger fights, but we've got some banger matchups to possibly give us some banger results. But getting into why I think this summer is going to be so awesome. I mean, look at this top 5 men's pound for pound ranking. We got Islam Makhachev, who obviously isn't booked yet, but likely will be booked in August. I think he'll fight on that Philly card, likely against Ian Gary. There's a slim chance that it's Michael Morales. I know people are like claiming Carlos Prates has a chance. I think it's too quick of a turnaround. I don't think Carlos Prates is going to want to take that fight on a short notice and trying to like get back into weight. I think he's going to just wait his turn, wait for Islam to fight either Ian Gary or Michael Morales, and then fight the winner of that. But man, we get Islam Makhachev fighting. Ilia Topuria is fighting on the White House card. Alexander Volkanovski likely going to be booked in September. On the Abu Dhabi card, I would consider him probably on that card against Evloev. I would think that that'd be the likely opportunity. Alex Pereira is fighting on the White House card. Petr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili, likely going to be somewhere in October. Curious to see how they kind of handle that. Merab having a broken nose, I'm not sure how they're going to navigate it, but I think they do both want to fight here soon, and I think it's likely to happen. I mean, Sean O'Malley could throw a wrench into things, but I think that the Merab Petr Yan trilogy fight is likely. But we get to see Ilia Topuria, likely Islam Makhachev and Alex Pereira, along with Conor McGregor and Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway and Ian Gary and or Michael Morales. We get awesome top 5 talent names in the UFC in the next 90 days. That is unbelievable. The UFC is cooking. I am so excited for this. I cannot wait. It's just awesome to see. I mean, you look at these divisions, we look at where we are in the state of the UFC. Joshua Van's champ. I mean, the real champ. No more fucking paper champ bullshit. We finally get to see Joshua Van actually do his thing, and I think he could likely defend his title again against Pantoja, possibly in September or October. I wouldn't be surprised if he does another quick turnaround. This dude likes to stay active. Petr Yan is champ. I love it. Volkanovski, obviously legend of the game. We love to see that. We have Ilia Topuria finally kind of getting active after all of the crap going on behind the scenes. Islam Makhachev's likely fighting here soon. Sean Strickland is champ. It's so beautiful, dude. It is so beautiful. We're not going to talk about Carlos Ulberg. Let's just kind of blank out the light heavyweight division right now. And then we have Cyril Gane and Alex Pereira fighting here soon in the heavyweight division. Josh Hokett, Derek Lewis. This is a fantastic time to be an MMA fan. I mean, we've got women's division stuff going on. Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes may not fight until GTA 6. So it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care about the women's divisions. I care about these men's divisions. And this is going to be so much fun. And I want to get into some of these events and why I think these events look sick, dude. They look awesome. So we'll start out with this upcoming fight night next week that is going to be happening in Macau. We have Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo, and I think this card is pretty solid. I do think it sucks that it's going to be at 3 a.m. for us Americans, but it is what it is. I'm not going to wake up again like I did for that Perth card. That was a huge mistake. We're going to be doing something a little bit different where I'm just going to shut off my phone, not know anything, and then just kind of watch the fights whenever I wake up on Saturday. I'm not waking up stupid early again, especially for a Song Yadong Davison Figueiredo main event. But I think this card is very, very solid, and I think that arena is going to be popping. And then you have a banger next fight night card in the Apex. You have Bilal, remember the name, Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. Underrated main event, by the way. I think that's going to be a really fun fight. You have Brendan Allen and Edmund Shabazian. You got Bryce Mitchell fighting on this card. Iwo Baranewski versus Billy Elakana. Someone's going to die in that fight. Marcus McGee versus Jakob Wiklak. Solid fight. Bruno Silva's on here. Jordan Levitt. Fares Ziyam versus Tom Nolan. Tom Nolan. You're not familiar with the game of Tom. He's Australian. What the fuck am I even talking about? But Tom Nolan's fighting on this card, absolutely unbelievable. I mean, these fight cards are going to be stacked, especially these fight nights. I think they're really underrated. I think that I'm excited for these fight night cards. I know that might be like a hardcore fan thing to say, but this is a really solid fight night card that the UFC is putting together. And then we get into UFC Freedom 250. And look, I'm going to be real with you. When I first saw this card, I was pretty disappointed. But the addition of Josh Hokett and Derek Lewis, UFC, you've outdone yourself. It doesn't matter who wins in this one. Josh Hokett's pre-fight press conference is going to be insane. He's already pissed off almost 90% of the roster. Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis is going to be fireworks. Derek Lewis flukes a knockout. You will be seeing a 45-minute video of me glazing Derek Lewis, and that's a promise. That's a threat and a promise. Derek Lewis has the chance to do the funniest fucking thing, and you get to see Trump hitting the old emote. It's going to be elite if he knocks out Josh Hokett. If Josh Hokett knocks out Derek Lewis, it's still pretty cool. I'm a Josh Hokett believer. This guy is super entertaining, and he's brought the heavyweight division out of the grave. That is a fantastic addition to this fight card, and it has made this fight card really, really solid. Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje. I'm actually looking forward to this, and I think Rufus has a chance. I think Gaethje legitimately might have a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying that it's likely, and I still think he's going to be like a plus 400, but I do think Justin Gaethje could shock the world. Do it for me one time, Rufus. Do it for me one time. Ilia Topuria finally out of his like legal bullshit going on behind the scenes. Hopefully he stays active, and man, I'm excited to watch him fight. Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. This is going to be a fun one as well. Hopefully Cyril Gane doesn't do the stupid thing of like ruining everyone's night by winning and eye poking, but Alex Pereira has a chance to do the greatest thing ever and knock out this jackass. Sean O'Malley, Amman Zahabi is kind of the like odd man out in this top 5 fights, but like it is what it is. I mean, I think it's still going to be entertaining. Ayman Zahabi just has like the entertainment value of a cucumber, but like it is what it is. It's still going to be an entertaining fight, and I think they're trying to push Sean O'Malley. Also, Remy Cam. Remy! There she is. Yeah, so those of you who want the dog, there she is. My little recording buddy. But yeah, man, Sean O'Malley versus Amman Zahabi is going to be a solid fight. I think out of, like, again, these top 5 fights, it is a little not great, but it's fine. Mauricio Hoofy versus Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is going to be put in a body bag after this fight. That's going to be rough, but Mauricio Hoofy is going to be awesome in that card. You know, obviously, first 2 fights are kind of ass. I mean, we get to see Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins. Congratulations. You tune into that. You deserve to see the bullshit that you're about to witness. But this fight card is actually starting to really get exciting for me. The whole buildup in the White House where Trump is talking about Iran to Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria sitting there trying not to laugh. It is the funniest thing on the planet. It is so fucking funny. Ilia Topuria is making a fan out of me. That entire interview / like pre-fight hype is hilarious. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Pre-fight press conference is going to really be the real spectacle to watch. I'm curious to see how they handle it, but man, this fight card's really starting to look fun to watch, and I think Derek Lewis, Josh Hokett is really what's getting me bought in to this card. And then moving into some of the fight nights that we get after that, we get Manel Kape versus Horiguchi. Wish it was in Japan, but I think it's still going to be a really fun fight and a fun card. I think it's going to be interesting. And then we have Fiziev versus Torres in Baku. That's going to be a fun one. We get to see Fiziev in his home country. I think that's going to be super exciting. Really solid card on there as well. And then we get, surprise, surprise, the double champ does whatever the fuck he wants. He's back, baby. He's back in the UFC. Conor McGregor is back. He's back. He's back, and I genuinely think it's going to happen this time. Barring a freak injury, I think it is going to happen, and it's happening at welterweight, which is super duper interesting. I'm incredibly invested in this fight. Conor McGregor's been drug tested like 100 times by USADA, has been clean. He's going to try and fight at 170. I think Max Holloway fighting 170 is a sneaky storyline that no one is really going to talk about up until possibly like 2 weeks before the fight card. Max Holloway moving up to 170, he is going to look fat. He looked fat at 155 and then kind of finally found his muscle range where he needs to be in his body composition. But 170 is a huge jump for someone who used to fight at 145. I'm curious to see what he looks like. But Max Holloway, man, you just got paid, dude. And what a fantastic fight for this card. This card is going to be elite. We get Paddy Pimblett, Benoit Saint-Denis on the co-main event. Both super exciting fan bases. Benoit Saint-Denis is a 100% finisher in the UFC. Paddy Pimblett, obviously, which we know, headlined against Justin Gaethje, starting out the Paramount deal. I'm excited to see how Paddy Pimblett and Conor McGregor interact throughout fight week. It's going to be interesting. Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista, super underrated fight. I wish we saw Corey Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley on the White House card, but this is a solid second place. I think Mario Bautista is going to put on a really fun show. Corey Sandhagen is going to really put on a striker's dream. And then we get another striker's dream, Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanaugh. That's going to be a super solid fight, and I think there's going to be some real fans made out of that fight. Loner Kavanaugh has a chance to make something really, really special happen. And Brandon Royval, let's get back on the horse. This is going to be a super exciting fight and one of the most underrated fights on this card. Gable Stevenson making his debut against Elisha Ellison. Do not look up the Gable Stevenson loophole. I looked that up the other day. Yeah, don't get into that story. But Gable Stevenson making his UFC debut is going to be super exciting. That arena is going to be bumping. We get Bobby Knuckles. We get Bobby fucking Knuckles on the headlining the prelims. I mean, are you kidding me? This should be a main card fight, but he gets to beat up Nikita Krylov, goon, kickboxer, fat ass, and I hope that Bobby Knuckles gets it done. The dream scenario is like Bobby Knuckles winning, Gable Stevenson winning, I guess. I don't really care about that fight, but like hopefully he has a good debut, kind of make some more excitement come out of heavyweight. Loner Kavanaugh, Brandon Royval, whoever wins, I'm super excited for that. I mean, Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista, I don't care who wins that. I really do hope that Paddy Pimblett and Benoit Saint-Denis have an absolute war. And Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway could be a war. It could be boring as shit. We don't really know. But I really hope that this card pans out the way that it could, because this is a super exciting card, possibly better than the White House card. And I'll make that claim right now. I mean, Cody Garbrandt's on it, which, obviously way over the hill, fluke-ass Cody Garbrandt. You got Tracy Cortez on this card. I'm going to redact anything I say about her, so, if there's a cut here, you know why. Damian Penis is fighting on this card. I mean, how can you not be excited about the Penis? I mean, D Penis, we love it. Luke Riley is on this card. Ode Osborne, Cody Durden, Kai Kamaka. This is a banger card. This is a banger card, top to bottom. I think there's going to be maybe one or two more fights out of this card, just some guys that they're really trying to push their names ahead of the fans and trying to get people to watch them. I think the UFC will do that as well, but there are going to be so many people tuned into this just for the Conor McGregor effect, and the pre-fight press conference is going to be awesome. I really do hope that Conor stays healthy and he gets all the way till fight week. I think it's going to happen, but until that cage door locks, until Herb Dean steps into the middle of that octagon and Conor McGregor and Max Holloway are like face to face, I'm not going to believe that it's happening. We're back in 2016, and I'm going to get into why I think this announcement was very interesting, especially for the timing of what is going on. I don't think, and I'll get into kind of what my reaction was to the MVP card. I was not disappointed. I wasn't impressed, but I wasn't disappointed. Ronda Rousey getting a submission win in 17 seconds. I mean, yeah, she's been fighting at least 7 years more than fucking Gina Carano. That's just bound to happen. Nate Diaz fight was mid, but Francis Ngannou looked like a world beater again. And then, there were some solid fights on that card. I mean, I didn't hate it. I thought it was exciting enough. I think it was a little gimmicky, but it was still exciting enough. But it was very interesting, the timing that Dana White put into announcing the Conor McGregor return against Max Holloway. He did it in the middle of the Mackenzie Acosta Arnold Allen main card, and I think it is incredibly interesting seeing as, I'm not saying the UFC feels threatened by MVP, but it made him get a little bit of a fire burning underneath him. And, we're back to 2016. I mean, the announcement of Conor McGregor in the middle of an MVP card, it's very interesting, and I'm curious to see how that pans out. I know Jake Paul was talking about it a little bit, saying that the UFC is petty. I can't believe I'm talking about Jake Paul in the Big 2-6, but it is interesting. And I do think he makes a good point of does the UFC feel like the MVP card does kind of threaten some of their viewership? And they decided to respond with the Conor McGregor announcement. Can't do much better than that. Very, very interesting. But yeah, if you haven't seen TBD versus TBD, you got to check them out. They're an awesome fight card. But regardless, there's going to be some solid fights. The Philly card's going to be coming up here soon with likely Islam Makhachev being on that one. Probably going to see Officer Pfeiffer on there against Cato Borrello. That's my prediction. But awesome fight card. I am super excited. I cannot wait for this early summer. It is going to look elite. White House card looks solid now. This McGregor Holloway card is going to be sick. I am super excited. I think anyone who is an MMA fan / UFC fan should be absolutely over the moon right now. This looks sick. But again, different video today. I'm probably going to put out another video later this week, maybe like a tier list or something along those lines. So maybe y'all will like that video. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching these types of videos. Hopefully y'all are just as excited as I am. Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. See ya.